Today we're going to look at how to build a college list in Naviance. So the first thing you're going to do is navigate to the Naviance login page and log into your account. From your home page, you're going to go to the Colleges tab. And in addition to the different research tools that we've looked at before, today we're going to look at colleges I'm thinking about and colleges I'm applying to. And colleges I'm thinking about you might be using as a sophomore or junior to add schools to a potential list. Colleges I'm applying to is for seniors only. So as you can see, there are a handful of schools already on this sample list, which I'll come back to in a moment. First of all, I'd like to highlight this blue box. The first time that you look at your colleges I'm applying to page, this box will actually appear here at the top. This box is very important. This box matches your Common App and Naviance accounts, and this is necessary in order for those two systems to talk to each other so that your counselor and your teachers can send materials on your behalf electronically. Those would include things like transcripts and letters of recommendation. If you are applying to Common App schools, follow these directions to create your Common App account if you haven't already. And then you're going to add your Common App email address and your date of birth and click on Match. And that allows those two systems to talk to each other. For the moment, we're going to click on Not Needed. And if you're not applying to Common App schools, you would also simply click on that list. In order to add schools to your college list, there are a couple of things that you can do. You can add them directly from this page by clicking on Add to this list, and you would look up schools individually. So we're going to add a handful here. And once you've added all the schools that you wish on this page, you click on Add Colleges at the bottom. So you can see that now those schools have been added. The other way that you can add schools is by visiting your Colleges I'm Thinking About page. If you have previously added colleges to this page, you can move them from this page over. So we're going to do Western Washington University. We're going to apply to that school. So you're going to click on the box and click on Move to Application List, and it will move just that school. So you can see that's no longer in this list, and when we go back to colleges I'm applying to, Western Washington is now here. So let's say this is your completed list. You can see that there are all these different columns. So you've got college name, type of application program, how you're applying, how the colleges accept submissions, and there's a little key here that shows you what all these different symbols mean, the different computer monitors, and then the one that says mail only, such as University of Texas, Austin here. It's a postage stamp, which means they actually do not accept materials through Naviance in any way, which means you need to talk with your counselor about how to submit materials for that particular school. You can also see deadlines and whether you've applied and the results. And then you can also go to scattergrams and the website for different colleges. And some of these columns are going to need to be edited along the way. So we're going to go back here to this edit column. So you can scroll down and look at all your different schools and edit various information. Let's say, for example, you plan to apply early action to a few schools. So that's one of the things that you can change here. So regular decision will be your default, and you would need to go in and select early action. So let's say we're going early to Boston University and Gonzaga, early action, and Santa Clara, early action. And another thing you can change is there's a column that asked how you are applying, and some of them already had a default setting for Common Apps, some did not. In the case of University of Wisconsin-Madison, for example, there are a few different things you could select from. If you're already applying Common App for other schools, go ahead and click via Common App so that all your colleges will go through Common App. Another thing to look at on here is at the end of the year, when you are putting in the decisions that you've received from your colleges, you would do that here as well. So currently it says unknown, and you would enter the decision: accepted, denied, withdrawn, etc. Once you have completed all the information that you need to on this screen, you would click on Update Applications. And you can see that a few things have changed now. So this type column is very important. The default will always be regular decision. However, if you're applying under another program, such as Early Action, you can see that these ones changed that we edited: Boston University, Gonzaga, and Santa Clara, and they now say EA. And the updated deadlines are now reflected in the deadline column. This is their early deadline, not their regular deadline. Another thing to remember with this column is if you're applying early decision, this is extra important because for early decision colleges, on your counselor's side of Naviance, an agreement will pop up that your counselor has to electronically sign, and if you don't indicate early decision in this column, that will not happen and your counselor won't have access to that. So make sure that you do change that. The other thing that we changed just now was we indicated Common App for Wisconsin-Madison. So you can see that going to this edit column, you can change a lot of the information. If you wish to delete a school from your list, for example, let's say you change your mind and you decide you're not applying to University of Oregon, you click on that box and go to Delete Application, and that school will no longer be in your list. To delete schools, you can do so before your counselor or teacher submits anything on your behalf. Once somebody from the school staff submits something for you, you will no longer be able to delete it. That is okay. It does not mean you have to continue and apply. You simply don't submit your application to the school and go ahead and let your teacher and counselor know that you're not applying, but it won't be able to be deleted from Naviance. Another feature on this page is college I'm attending. So when you do receive your decisions from your colleges in the spring, you would select from the schools that you were accepted to and click on Update. Finally on this page is the Letters of Recommendation section. This is for teacher letters only. So you would click on this link for the Letter of Recommendation section. And the process for this is, first of all, you would speak with your teacher in person to talk about whether they will write a letter for you. Then you go into this section and you click on Add Request, and you're going to select your teacher from the drop-down menu. And then you're going to go through these additional steps and choose which colleges, and if you need to include a note to your teacher, you can go ahead and do that and then click on Submit. So we're not going to go through that process now. You can go back to colleges and back to your colleges I'm applying to page. And for the letters of recommendation, make sure not to add your counselor because your counselor already has access to your account. And that concludes our video about your college list.